we face this every day in life in the science field, right? Every time we have to sometimes experiment work, but you can't do experiment with your life. I feel jaan hai to jahan hai, like that. You can always go back, prepare yourself so hard, and next time come bounce back and go and climb the mountain. But never ever go for that don't say that you are taking step back, it's a failure. No, not at all.
Welcome to Storify India by Biopatrika. I'm Nandita Sharma, host for today's session with Priyanka Mohite, Mountaineer and Research Associate at Origin Oncology. Welcome, Priyanka.
Thank you, Nandita.
So, Priyanka, this combination of mountaineering and research is very rare. Please tell us more how you became both.
Definitely, I say my career is in the scientific field and my passion is climbing mountains. Uh, yeah, now initially only before few years, people used to say that you can't do science and sports together. I think this is the like perfect example. Yeah, and it's all about how you manage your time. I for me, climbing is like a meditation, peaceful. So once in a year, I go and climb mountains so I can charge up my energy and work in the scientific field. And we know that sometimes we are not physically drained in the scientific field, but we are mentally a lot of drained in the everyday life. So I want something because climbing is a seasonal affair. You can't go and climb every time. But then I thought, let's continue in scientific field because I really love. I'm really interested and really love science as well. So yeah, that's so full year. Like my brain is always charged up, and I like it. Just climbing just give me that ability, maybe I can say, or energy to work there, and just I can whole and soul. If I'm not doing climbing, I can focus on scientific science. So I think I enjoy both the things. I love both the things, and I think maybe this is right now maybe a rare thing, but yeah, future maybe you can see many people are doing it, like following their passion and doing the science as well. Yeah.
True, very true. So, how did you discover your passions? Was there a defining moment or experience that influenced you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I'm from Maharashtra, place called Satara. I started really young, and we have mountain ranges called Sahyadri mountain ranges, and it's not having snow. That's the one thing, but it's the beautiful part of Maharashtra and beautiful part of Western Ghat. I must say, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj has been an inspiration for me to go and hike on those treks. Nowadays, we are saying this hiking and trekking and climbing, but for us when I started, I was really young and we don't know these fancy words. We just used to go. My uncle used to take me and my cousins and, tell us the story. They used to take us on the really fort and they used to tell the history of what happened. And we used to be like, oh, wow. Because memory is something, when you say it and when you realize and feel it, you will never forget. But maybe you open the textbook in the home and read, and maybe after a few years maybe you'll forget, but those memories are there when we are on the place. He's telling us the history and we are all like imagining what must be happen here. And then that's the reason I started going for the trek. And my uncle discovered that me and my cousins are really enthusiastic to go in the nature, but we don't have discipline. We are lack of discipline, zero discipline. So he suggested us, why don't you go with one of the professional group to go and climb for the trekking. And we're like, okay, fine. Because for him also, like treks are, some treks are really easy, some treks are a little bit moderate and a little bit risky. So for him also safety is a major point. So he's like, I think now I also should join and we guys should go with the professional team. So we started going with the professional team. And I remember in 2009, I guess, and there was one girl from Maharashtra, and she was just 19-year-old. Her name is Krishna Patil, and she climbed Mount Everest. And it was like that time is like 19 years, and she climbed. So when she visited Satara, and she wanted to, like, she shared her experience. Me, my family, like including my parents, my grandparents, my uncle, aunt, everyone was there. We listened, and then my mom, right, you get easy, like I get easy permission from my dad, but it's very difficult to convince mom, because she's like, oh, you're doing such a good in studies, why you want to do this and all. So it was difficult for me to tell. But then when this thing happened, she's like, because I wanted to go for the basic mountaineering course, just to check whether I'm fit for the mountains or not. Then after that, her talk, it just changed. It just changed. Like, oh, in 19 years she can go and climb Mount Everest. At least I can send my daughter to the basic mountaineering course. And then she sent me there. She just gave me like, yeah, yeah, you can go. But yeah, that's how it changed actually, my full life. And I did my basic advanced mountaineering course. And I remember when I climbed my first mountain in advanced mountaineering course. That was Mount Bandarbunj. It was 6,200 meters, near to 21,000 feet, and that was my second time in mountain. So I think that was my biggest achievement, because going from the sea level, acclimatizing there, adapting your body to that temperature, and climbing. I think it was a really amazing experience, and I did my first climb. And when I came back, everyone was really happy, my family. And they were like, my dad is like, I think we should think about Everest. I was like, I have just climbed 21,000, and I think you need to chill, dad, because 21,000 and 29,000, there is a lot of difference to climbing that 100 meters. It's a big thing. So but yeah, that Everest climb. And I remember, when you say something in the universe, with your pure heart, universe give you back. And that was not me who wanted to climb Everest, but definitely my dad. And I got a call, and yes, and that was Everest selection, and that's how Everest happened, and the rest climb happened. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome those?
Yeah, I must say the biggest challenges is like, first of all, to convince people why we are climbing. Because for climbing you need physical fitness, mental fitness, but you need a sponsorship, like, you need the money, because it's a bit of a expensive side. So it was very difficult to convince people that why I'm climbing. And nowadays it's a bit relaxed, because I'm just talking about 10 years before, when I climbed Everest. And people used to ask me, why you want to climb Everest. I was like, yeah, it's there, I want to climb it. uh, but now people understand this comes under the adventurous sport. uh, so I think now that was a big challenge to get the sponsorship. But now, right now, the organization where I'm working, so Origin Oncology, it's a part of even Dr. Reddy's. It's a 100% subsidiary of Dr. Reddy's. So yes, the company is really very supporting me and looking at my passion, because yes, they also understood, yes, she's doing science, and the passion, she's keeping her passion alive. So I think I'm really I'm really blessed right now, to that I'm in such an organization where I'm getting the you know like a lot of support. And yeah, that's the one thing. And again, if we come towards the physical and mental challenges, I think the mountain never they never treat us like on the gender thing. So it's like equal to everyone. Mountain is not a gender bias. So I feel that those challenges, of course, being women, we have a lot of challenges, uh, though it treat us equally. But the way I train myself mentally, physically, it helps me there in the mountains. So I can fight, and I can just keep on going. So yeah, there are many challenges. So these are the main, I really feel. Many people face the challenge that how to tell their parents, because from the house it should come, yes, from the house, like both the parents, mom and dad, both they should say, yeah, okay, you go. It's very hard for them. Luckily, in my case, my parents are very, very supportive in both the cases, if you even see the science, or if you whether see the climbs. So yeah, that's not a challenge for me. initially the relatives were challenged because they used to say, "Oh, why are you sending your daughter?" So yeah, you know, right? It's always everywhere is common, but now it's really fine because I think they have understood that okay, she's climbing and yeah, she's doing great. Yeah, so I think I have overcome few of the challenges. So, yeah.
So following that, you told that the challenges, the physical fitness and mental fitness. So, what does a typical day in your life looks like?
Yes. Definitely. I'm into 8 to 5 job in my company. So it's very difficult. Initially, when I was in 25, 24 year old, I used to, work 8 to 5, and then eventually in the if evening, I used to work out like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But now, according to the age, I feel that I don't have much energy after 8 to 5 jobs. So what I split my exercise. So morning I do go for the running or maybe walking. Right now the climb is like after 4, 5, 6, 8 months, I think. So I'm just keeping myself like in the physical activity sometime. So morning I go for the run, then 8 to 5 job, and evening I go to the gym. And weekends, if I'm in Maharashtra, then of course I go for the treks, or if I'm here also, I go for the treks. One of the weekend alternate weekends I try to go, because here in Bangalore, if you have to go, it's like 100 kilometers minimum, 80 to 100 kilometers you have to go. So you need like a big group and everything. So yeah, so that's how I'm training right now.
Great. That's a very busy schedule that you might be having with the work and the training. So, what are some of the important lessons that you've earned from your life and how they have shaped your thinking?
Yeah, I feel that every mountain taught me, every climb taught me some and other things. For example, if I say Everest was my first climb when I was 20 year old, and many of my mentors said me, you have to be little bit mature, because in that altitude there will be no one whom you can talk to and take the decision. You have to take your own decision. I was like, what he's talking about? But when I was really on the Everest expedition, I was on 8,000 meter, where like the oxygen is just 30%, all of the total of the oxygen. And then it's very difficult to climb in that atmosphere. And when you put the artificial oxygen, initially you're on the ventilator. So all the things were new. And I took one decision when I supposed to climb on a 21st May 2013. My whole team submitted on 21st, but then I have to come back from the balcony. It's like almost 8,400 meters, where my dream was just 400 meter. I would have climbed like next 6 hours, but my Sherpa, his condition was not good, so we came down. And the thing happened is like he suffered from the altitude sickness. And that was like I was like very new to the mountain, and of course about 8,000 meter. And I was like, what to do now? Because he's not well, and he's my companion. He's the one whom I can trust most, and he's not well. What to do now? Then I was like, I think I should go back. I know that it was really hard for me to come back from that altitude, because I have already climbed 8 hours and I reached balcony. But that was a decision. I think that was the best decision, because climbing is one thing, you can climb that mountain is always there, but saving someone life is the biggest thing. I feel it. So yeah, I took that decision. Then I realized, yes, this is the thing. And then it needs a lot of patience. It needs a lot of sometimes I feel maturity as well, and the decision making. So those things I learned from Everest. And each mountain taught me something another. Even recent climb, if I say Kanchenjunga, last year I had climbed Kanchenjunga. So I feel that we always say that mountaineering is physical fitness, mental fitness. You have to push yourself, you have to push your limits. But there is a point where you need to know where to stop. Because that time your body, mind, heart, everything will say, okay, just stop it and go back. Maybe you are not able to do it, rather than losing your life. So taking one step back, it's not a failure at all. We face this every day in life in the science field, right? Every time we have to sometimes experiment work, but you can't do experiment with your life. I feel jaan hai to jahan hai, like that. You can always go back, prepare yourself so hard, and next time come bounce back and go and climb the mountain. But never ever go for that. Don't say that you are taking step back, it's a failure. No, not at all. If because I feel that that mountain is always there. You have to come back, work hard, and just go back. Exactly what we do in the labs, right? It's not working, we'll come, we'll raid, okay, that troubleshoot, this troubleshoot, but just go on doing experiment with your life. I feel that it's not worth it. So that's the one thing I learned, and I have said myself that in future, if my body, mind, and heart will say, Priyanka, go back, I'll come back. I will not go and try just, I will not do some unnecessary thing. Because when I used to climb in my 20s, I was like, yeah, theek hai, mar jayenge, right? What ways? Summit was really, really important. But as I'm growing, I'm getting the clear thought. I have a lot of responsibility. I have my parents, so now I'm married, so I have another family. So I need to think about for everyone. So yes, my life is really important. I'll come back and definitely I'll go back and climb the mountain. Yeah, those are like few things every climb has taught me, and I'm implementing them in my regular life as well.
So inspiring, Priyanka. That was so thoughtful. And so, what are some of the proudest achievements in your life and why they are important for you?
Proudest achievement, I think the first I'll go with like Everest. I will definitely say I was really happy. I not like feeling proud and all, but I was like, I did it. Like I was really happy because 20-year-old first attempt, and I successfully submitted. I started from the base camp, I reached to the top, and I came back to the base camp on my own leg. Nothing happened. No frostbite, no rescue, nothing happened. So I was really happy. I did it in 20 years. And I have I feel that the proudest moment for me is always when I climb anything. I can see that happiness not only on my parents' face, but the people who are associated with me, my family, my friends, my mentor. I think that's the happy moment for me all the time. It's like a celebration. It's like a festival for in my house. I remember when I received Shiva Chhatrapati Award, how important it is. It is a Maharashtra's highest award in given in the sports category, and I got it for the adventure category. And how happy was my family, and it was a celebration. Not my close family, we were getting calls, and I can see that happiness to my parents, my uncle, aunt, everyone receiving the call. So I feel like a festival time for my family. And the second thing is like 2021 when I climbed Annapurna. I came back, everyone was so happy because I was the first Indian woman, even for the Makalu. So that joy when you see like your family is very happy. So that's the one thing. And when I received the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award, oh my God, I cannot tell. Everyone was fighting. I will come to the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and sitting here, looking at your mother and sitting at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and she's getting emotional. What else you want, you know? So I feel that that's the one proudest moment for me. I will definitely mention one more incident. When I was preparing for Everest, I got selected. Oh, sorry. Before the selection of Everest, I had my Doberman dog with me. Her name is Aishu, and she was there with me for 11 big years. And she passed away before the selection. I was like, I was a kid that time. I was like, no, I don't want to do anything because. I was very, very attached to her. 11 years is like a big time, right? She has seen me through my school, my college, and everything. She has, I used to tell everything to her, and she was like my one dear after my parents. And I said, my dad, I'm not going to go anywhere. I don't want to climb this Everest and all those things. Then my dad is like, if you really love her and if you really want to make her proud, why don't you take her with you on all the mountains? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Then I promised her, Aisha, I will take you to every mountain I'll climb. I took her on Everest, let's say all the climb. So I climbed with her. So I feel that she's like big inspiration. She's with me in my bag. I carry her picture, and then she's like, okay, come on, go on, go on. So I think she also will be proud and happy for me. So yeah, I always mention that I always tell my dad, it's not only your daughter, it's because she also used to consider her like a daughter. So it's like your both the daughters are climbing. So I think yeah, that's the proudest moment for me. Yeah, she must be happy.
Yes, Priyanka, she must be happy, and the whole of
Yeah.
India is very happy and very proud of you that you've done. Being a researcher, the research community is very happy for you. So, leading with that, what advice would you give to somebody who's facing a difficult time?
Advice, I think I'm really small to give the advice, but whatever I feel, I really wanted to share. Every year, every time, you are not always charged up. There are ups and downs in your family, and that's not a life. I really don't want my life to go smooth. Sometimes I want something. That's how you learn, right? This is a learning procedure. And when you come out from those phases, then you become strong. um you know what, there will be situations, there used to be situation where I'm facing, I have to go for a climb, like there are just 15 days, I'm preparing physically, mentally, but I don't have money. And but I used to tell myself, okay, I used to sometimes write, I'm losing it, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to try till the last time, till the last date. I'm going to try for the sponsorship. And there was a time when I not able to sleep full night. I'm thinking about it every time, because I'm preparing from like last 7-8 months for this climb, and I don't have money. So those were the difficult times I have faced. And then uh, one call and it's all done. But that's the time, when you are very very mentally low, you want to climb but you don't have it, like what is really important. But that time I feel that you should go and keep on trying, you should not lose it. I still used to go, I used to work, I used to think back of the mind every time. That's only going, oh, whom I can connect with, so people can give me sponsorship. Whom I can tell, okay, I want to climb this mountain, and we can collaborate and all those things. But and it's very difficult. Sometimes you are working on your experiment, and back of the mind things are going on. And but my mantra is just keep on going, just do the things which you are doing regularly. Just don't lose any hope, just keep faith in yourself, try hard, it will be done. Yeah. I will Recently I went on a Dholagiri expedition, and my wedding date was on 7th May, and I got to know that the expedition summit dates are between 7 to like 15, and I was like, okay, in the whole world this thing should happen on the 7th only. And then what to do, though my parents are supportive, my husband is supportive, my in-laws are really new to this thing, so everyone is like questioning, like climb is important or wedding is important. I was like, both things are important, right? Both the things are important. I'm Priyanka Mohite, people know me because of my climbing. And but then I went on a climb, I postponed my wedding, but there was a time where the weather was not supporting me at all. And my wedding date, the second wedding date, is coming near. And 20th till 20th May, I'm in the mountain, and my wedding is on 28th. Now what to do? I was like, now I can't be so selfish. My partner is there. If I go, and no, though my partner, my husband, and my parents were saying that, okay, you should give it one try. But I was like, no, I can't be selfish now. I gave a try. I love mountains. I have love for the mountains. So this kind of physical, this kind of mental situations are there, where you have to tackle, and you have to take a decision. So I feel these are really tough, but I took decision. I have no regrets. I took the decision, came back, though everyone was not, few of them was not happy, but few are like really happy, like, okay, you came back. And I was really happy that, okay, I can't be more selfish. I cannot postpone again, because I can go and climb again. But this wedding I have already postponed. Now I have to go and attend my wedding. So I think, yeah, those difficult times, you have to take wisely decisions, think what is more important. Yeah, that's what I did it. And that's the small things which I have happened. That's why I can tell, not advice, but these are the things which I have happened, and I have done this. I have took this decision in the difficult times.
True, true. It will inspire many to take the right decisions at the right time. So, Priyanka, do you have any hobbies, and what do you like to do in your free time if you have any?
I love badminton. I play badminton. Yeah. So my full family actually has they everyone is into sports, and my brother also into sports. Like he plays really amazing badminton. So I learned. Now I play for the corporates. I play from the origin. So yeah, that's one thing I do it. I really really love it. Then I I love to watch the documentaries and all. I feel right now I'm getting interest in cooking and baking. I don't know why. That's not my forte, but yeah, I'm getting it. So yeah, this is free time I do like that. I more work on myself apart from these things. Yeah, and I love to not I'll not say hobbies, but I love to spend time with my family, my cousins, because we are like equal, like same mind and the same energy. So yeah, those are things I won't say it's a hobby, but in the free time I love that to do that because I feel you always surround yourself with the people with a positive energy and the people who are extremely happy and who can give you advice. Even my younger cousin give me advice. I won't mind it. I do it because everyone has an idea. So I try to go to the younger group and just think, oh, what else I can do it to improve myself as well, and I can give them also what I feel like about them. So that's the time I really love, enjoy.
Wonderful. So, what's that one thing you're looking forward to in your life right now?
Right now I'm settling down. I'm really working on myself right now. Um, because I'm focusing on the few next few climbs because I want to finish this eight. There are 14 8,000 meter climbs, in which we can climb 9 of them. I have already climbed 5, so I'm focusing on the remaining 4. How I can do it, and yes, of course, more. I what else I can do in my free time? I'm just thinking, and definitely there are many plans. Yeah, I'm working on it, so maybe in future we'll get to know. So yeah, because it's one thing is that we are in science field. Of course we do it when I work in an oncology department. I know that in future my smallest experiment will work for the society, right? Because cancer is a big thing, so I work for that. But even though I feel that in the climbing thing, I feel that I should give it for the society. So I have few plans. So I'm working on those plans. Yeah, definitely in future, like in few months, I will succeed in that. Maybe I will give it. Yeah.
So, all the best for that. And last question for you, Priyanka. Given another chance, would you follow the same path or would like to change something in your life?
I will definitely follow the path, but I will add more things in there. That, as I just said, that I want to work for the society. So yeah, I will definitely do that. I will follow the path, but in the science field also, I want to do a few things. So maybe in this keeping both passion and science, I will definitely add more point to it and work on those things, but I won't leave this path. Let's see in the future. But for long term, I have this goal only. But if I can get a good opportunity to, serve for the society, I will definitely do that. In keeping these things with me, and I will definitely work for the society as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Priyanka, it was so great to talk to you. And I know it will be very inspiring for our audience. And all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, Nandita. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.